Welcome back to Titan Academy. In this video, we will cover how to edit documents generated from Titan Web. We will go over the document editor capabilities and the user actions that might be invoked once the document has been generated and edited. I've set up a sample project collecting information in a new lead. I have set up a document project using the add-in in Microsoft Word for Titan Forms. We are pulling in information from a lead. I've loaded this into a Titan Web project, as you can see here. To access the documents that are available in the project, click on the gear, go to Tools, find the Document Generation option, and click on the gear next to that. From here, you will see the documents that are available to you in this web project. I'll use the New Lead form. Click on Edit, click on Next, and here in the document generation settings, you will want to enable the edit option. Click on add option if it's not there already, select edit, and then in the edit settings window, be sure that edit is enabled. This will allow you to invoke the editing option from a Titan document generated from Titan Web. Here you can set and enable or disable certain actions. You can enable an on-submit action or an on-cancel action. Allow print and allow download are enabled by default. I will leave those on. You can turn those off if you don't want to allow printing or downloading. You can also select to hide the toolbar buttons. I will leave that turned off. When we invoke this edit option, the document will be generated, the information will be pulled from Salesforce, and then the user will have the opportunity to make further edits in a web browser. Let's go ahead and set up an on-submit action. This is an action that will run when the user clicks the submit button after finishing editing in the browser. You can do anything here that is available to you through the Titan actions. Here I have added a Salesforce action to push the edited document into Salesforce. So this is how you might do that. You would click on Start, select your node of the action that you want to add. I've added a Salesforce action. And I have created a files generate action. I'll go ahead and go into the Salesforce integration and show how that works. This is a push. I've created a push to create a record in the files object. This is also known as the content version object in Salesforce. So in setting this up, you will pick files from the object list. It's labeled content version. Later, the action is create. In the mapping, at minimum, you will need to set the fields version data and first published location ID. The version data is the generated document, so you will want to look for docgen and then the name of the document that you want to generate. The first published location ID is a record ID in Salesforce. That is the record to which the file should be attached. In this case, we are using a lead ID that's stored in a variable. And alternatively, you can set a title. I have set the title Other, custom title file attachment. Once the user generates the document in the edit window, makes their edits, and then clicks submit, then that edited document will be attached to this record in Salesforce. Let's go ahead and take a look at how this works. I will preview this. My project finds a lead, brings in the information, and if I click on my edit button, this will generate the document project. It will pull in information from the lead, and this is now open in an editor. Here in this online editor, you can do all kinds of things. We can type information directly in if we want. I'll put, here is some sample information. In this editor, we can make all kinds of formatting edits. We can change the font if we want. Let's make this bold. We can insert headers. We can insert a footer. We can insert a table of contents, a bookmark, a hyperlink. Oops, I didn't mean to put that in the footer, but that's okay. That's how that works. Once the user is finished making their edits online, they can either cancel, submit, print, or download. Cancel is self-explanatory, as are print and download. Print or download the document. Click on the submit button to run the submit action that we created earlier. This should run, generate that document, and attach it onto the record in Salesforce. So let's go back and look and see what happened. If I go into the gear, go into Salesforce, go into my integration logs. I can see that a docgen was won and that something was pushed to Salesforce, a file was created. I'll go ahead and go to my sample lead. If I refresh the page, I should see that attached to this lead in the file section. And there it is. The document has been pushed to Salesforce, and the changes that I made in the edit window are visible. And that is how it's done.